14 matchup that should be a good one between the Buffalo Bills and the Kansas City Chiefs. Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway.
And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
From the 27, Allen. Isaiah McKenzie hauling it in. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain there of 21 yards. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a first down. Play action. Now it's Allen. And he's got his man on the out route. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
On play action, Allen. Flushed out right. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. It's a gain of 35. All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. What does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does, because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after that offense and make your plays. And when they make one against you, it makes you a little bit hesitant.
Time to regroup.
That one tipped, and it's incomplete. A good hands there defensively. That's 2nd down.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one. Force the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal.
Cook. Fighting, but he won't get too far. Maybe a yard, that's all, down to the 2.
Called a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, and now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
This is 3rd and goal. This Chiefs defense, they're giving it all they got.
Again, it's Cook.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown.
James Cook, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Bills are on the board first here on the road in Kansas City. Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And it's now a 7-0 game.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Moore, the man in motion. Mahomes now on first down.
And no hesitations. They go right back to Kelsey. And they're going to get this up to midfield. The Chiefs at 7-5 now on the year. But Charles, they were losers last time. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
From midfield, here's Mahomes. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
Again, they'll throw with Mahomes.
Swings this out for Hunt. And he'll be brought down at the 27. But yet another completion here on this opening drive, and he's now perfect 4 of 4 to start. Pretty solid execution here.
And how about how everyone's handled their nerves? Because you know what it's like to start a ball game. You're so amped up and ready to go, and sometimes the execution isn't there. They've been flawless so far. Well drilled, well prepared, and excited to start this game.
Mahomes firing complete, and he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. Well, this defense for the Bills, they were very strong in the win last week over the Giants.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Hey, 43, 15. Hey, 57 color. Yellow.
Mahomes looks to throw on third down. And the incompletion there, so that breaks a string of 5 straight hookups. It also leads to a 4th down.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on third down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City.
Sky Moore.
His 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Chiefs are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
From his end zone, Isaiah McKenzie. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
And the stakes in this game certainly high as we get toward the end of the regular season. For now, they are holding a wild card spot, but there are no shortage of other teams in the NFC looking to take that spot from them.
Starting with the guys on the other side of the field, because they're on the outside looking in, and no one likes to be in that position. You want to be in the room, not looking inside to see everyone else having fun.
And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off by Juan Thornhill.
So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
Easy. Come back.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes.
This one is caught. It's Moore.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets them up first and goal.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at first and goal.
These two teams all tied after one.
Attack! Yellow!
Working from the gun, Mahomes.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
On second and goal, Mahomes buying time to his left. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is third and goal.
15.
And again, it's Mahomes.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up fourth down.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
So on fourth down, Mahomes off, Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Butker's kick here is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack. and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands. And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Nyheim Hines, his first carry, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15.
That's caught by Gabriel Davis. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Chiefs showing a dime look as they defend this 3rd down. From midfield, here's Allen.
He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Nick Bolton.
A solid stiff arm.
And the Chiefs are going to take possession of the football.
Well, those have been a problem for him all season, but never quite as much as they have in these last few minutes. Let's count it up now. A pair of picks on his team's last 2 drives and double-digit interceptions this season. I don't care if you're the best in the game or an undrafted rookie. You've got to take better care of the football or you're going to cost your team chances.
Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
Second and 4. They could still get a first down without scoring.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Mahomes now to throw. This is caught. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
If this were baseball, we'd call this small ball. Instead of pushing it downfield, they throw a short pass trying to pick up the first down, but the defense rallies to the football and stops him short, bringing up a 4th down.
Mahomes throwing on 4th. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Andy Reid went for it, but it won't pan out. And that will force a turnover on downs. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
They were looking for a cushion from that end zone. He gave it to them, 15 big yards.
And they were backed up to start the drive, but not anymore. Now, that's the play call that the offensive coordinator had in his head. You saw the end result. He wanted to go ahead and push the ball downfield, and that's what they did. And they wound up with good yardage there to get things rolling.
Pass the 20 for a short gain, 2nd down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1. Throwing now is Allen. And Diggs has it. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
So still 14 yards to go, second down. On play action, Allen. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over it that time, and it's going to lead to third down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. This will be taken at the 10. And he gets up near the 25 to about the 24 before going out of bounds. 54-yard punt, 14 on the return, nets him 40. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
Hey, a simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position. We were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence. Not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Yellow, 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 yellow. Yellow, yellow. 15.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. Now he's going to let it go deep, back over the middle. Touchdown!
Kadarius Toney,
46 yards, as his guys are able to extend their lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost.
Now Allen.
The pass underneath. Here's Hines with it.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be second down. Here's Allen. He's going to loft one deep left side here.
And Allen going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Trent McDuffie with a pick.
And now off to the races down the right side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
It just appeared there that the defense, they had that read from the moment the ball was snapped. And not only did they get the interception, add a nice return on top of it, all the way to the end zone for a defensive touchdown.
Yeah, and the guy made the play. He gets the points. But it really was a group effort, wasn't it? How about the coaches? They've got to be so excited. All the preparation, time in the film room, it translated into a big play that put points on the board for their team.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Finding room at midfield. And he will finally be escorted out of bounds down inside the 35.
A big play there just before halftime. 43 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Allen now on first down. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
Back to the air on second down. It's Allen. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Juan Thornhill. And the Chiefs are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line.
Well, CD, you know, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, and instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared. An excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. Final shot before the half from Mahomes. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Ready for the start of the 3rd quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went into the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Moore, the man in motion. Throwing is Mahomes on third. Now the defense loses him. It's complete. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Mecole Hardman, 79 yards. As his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Butker now to add the extra point. And the lead is now 24. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
Well, we saw that they had a lot of success last week throwing the football, but that hasn't translated to this week. But with his team behind, I don't expect him to back off. I expect him to keep firing.
Throwing is Allen on third. He's going to take another shot here. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
54 yards on the punt, 12 on the return, and they will take over first and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Mahomes throw into the hands here of Hardman.
There he goes left side. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown.
The partner, he has carried them in this ballgame throwing the football. All 4 touchdowns through the air, and that's really helped them get this nice lead.
And I know it's a team game, but right now, he is truly the focal point. Every touchdown his team has so far has been the result of his arm. How about him throwing it downfield, creating big plays? I don't know how you slow him down unless you can make him uncomfortable in the pocket.
Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away.
McKenzie will not return this, and it'll be brought out to the 25.
Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score.
It's caught inside the 25.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
Operating from the red zone now. Allen. And that is caught, but the bank judge right there to say incomplete. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
A third quarter action from Kansas City. Second down and 10.
To throw, it's Allen.
And he's got his tight end Knox for a Bills touchdown.
A 20-yard touchdown.
And the Bills are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And the lead is down to 24.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive.
Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10.
In motion, the tight end Kelsey. On first down, Mahomes. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down.
It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Hey, 57, 57. Attack, attack.
Throwing now is Mahomes. He's got a man, complete.
And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
We know he's good at catching the football, but then after the catch, he's got escapability.
Not only that, he's got some toughness as well, because you know he's coached very hard to make sure he battles through, breaks tackles, and then they finish with, but don't fumble the football.
Mahomes now on first down. And he fires one that's intercepted.
Kaiir Elam makes a pick, and the Bills are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. They'll still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and think.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Justin Reed.
And the Chiefs are going to take possession of the football. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first. Mahomes going to hand it off to Hunt. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes I forget how much information he has to go through before the ball's even snapped. But what a diagnosis right there. Saw the play, shot through the gap like a rocket, and ends up spilling it for a loss.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Here's Mahomes to throw. And he whips that one incomplete there. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Hey, Ridley.
To throw, it's Mahomes. Open man right side is Tony. And they're going to get him down shy of the 1st at about the 13-yard line. That'll go for a gain of 7. And it'll be 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Hello.
Mahomes going to go on 4th down. Trying to fight his tight end, Kelsey, and it's intercepted. And the Bills are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 3 quarters have come and gone. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Allen now looks to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. The 20. And he has brought this one back. A fumble recovery for a Chiefs touchdown. Huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. McKenzie now from his end zone. And he returns this to the 22. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. On 1st down, Allen. And
And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here.
I'm not even sure I know who this guy is out there playing right now. This is very unlike him, one of the most accurate guys in the league. Totally off his game right now.
I don't know. I was going to ask you what you pin it on, but defensively, rush coming, and he's taken down. So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Allen going deep for Diggs. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete.
And he'll be forced out of bounds on the other side of the field.
A big play here for Buffalo. 45 yards. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back.
And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. Isaiah McKenzie, 42 yards.
And the Bills get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And the lead is down to 24. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Chiefs are going to make the recovery. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Now Mahomes. Open man, it's the tight end Kelsey. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Travis Kelsey, 43 yards.
And the Chiefs look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
Butker on for the PAT. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
Partner, they've been aggressive, airing it out all game long, and no better evidence than those last 2 snaps. They weren't going to beat this coverage, though, 2 plays in a row, and that one falls incomplete.
Meanwhile, Allen's throw going to be caught by McKenzie. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 15-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Again, they'll throw with Allen. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
In a game that hasn't gone your way, you've got to throw in the end zone at every opportunity and hopefully climb back in as much as possible. He put way too much on that throw, though, and that shot ends up with nothing.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Throwing now is Allen. And it's caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Thought they were going to force a 4th down. Instead, P.I. gives him the first.
And that's frustrating because you think you've taken them really deep into the count, haven't you? Instead, you've got to start all over. That can really, really be demoralizing.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty, 1st and goal. And again, it's Allen. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Allen going to try and keep it. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. Josh Allen keeping it himself from a yard out. And the Bills get a bit closer. Here's Bass now for the extra point. And the lead is down to 24. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Chiefs are going to make the recovery. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Now Mahomes gives to Hunt. And down to the 36-yard line here. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Gregory Rousseau, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
And that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack, and that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Man open, it's Tony. He's got it. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And he's going to be intercepted.
intercepted a third time. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. Wow, between last week and this week, that's now 8 interceptions. 5 a week ago, now 3 here.
Well, he is so lucky that one of the defense coordinators I played for, a man named Ken Donahue, is not there right now. Because he saw that happen during his coaching career, and he grabbed the quarterback in the midst of a streak like this and said, tell you what, son, why don't you throw it to the defensive guys, and let's see if our receivers can intercept it.
Well, he's got to figure something out because the current formula is not working. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. On play action, Allen. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Allen to throw it. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And now here's another interception.
Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, it's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping they're holding a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap one.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
A gain there of 21 yards.
With this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants this lead to stay right where it is. Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
There goes a deep ball, end zone. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Allen going to throw. He'll take a shot for Davis to the end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. He'll find Diggs once more on the completion. And now we're going to get a timeout. Somewhat pointlessly called with 3 seconds to go in a game that's already been decided.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a